Okay, so Formula One said they are going to start tearing all this stuff down Sunday. Today is Sunday. It's about 6:30 at night. I didn't expect them to start on Sunday. Why do they lie? Just say Monday. And then if you're not doing it, then we can call you out. But now I got to call you out because you said Sunday. Because nothing's been done. I've walked around enough of this track to see that not one damn thing has been done. And the people that got thrown out of the fan zone 9 minutes into the first practice have filed a lawsuit. Local attorney has it. Always use a local attorney, people. Never, ever use a national attorney that's only going to pass your stuff off to someone else. They're not going to be any good to you, and then the local attorney is not going to like you because that other attorney is going to get some of your commission. So do not do that. Luckily, they're using a local attorney, a very popular local attorney, and they're suing Formula One because they got thrown out after paying all that money to watch practice. It was because of a valve cover in the middle of the track on Las Vegas Boulevard. And it's a valve cover, not a manhole cover. There's a big difference. Manhole cover is something a man can fit in. The valve cover was about 13 inches in diameter. Only Pee Wee Herman could fit in that cover. It's a cover that comes off and then you reach down and turn off a valve. Most likely for the fire department. But everybody's calling it a manhole cover. That just irks the shit out of me. But anyway, yeah, Formula One's got to get this going. And they said it was going to take 6 weeks, and then all of a sudden they admit it a couple days ago. It's going to take 8 weeks to get rid of all this crap. So if you're talking 8 weeks plus the prep time every year, that's a tremendous amount of the year that is taken up for Formula One. That's just gross.
This was very surprising to me. This view right here was open during the race, just like it is right here. So you could stand right here and they were not making people move. I was very shocked. You could stay right here. See where that big truck is, that 18-wheeler? Yeah, that's where the cars were racing. And then this film is see-through. So even the places that had the film and didn't have it torn up, like you see a few spots are torn up, like right here. So someone tore that and just stood right there and watched the race. And look at this. Yeah, so you could see that turn, and that was an exciting part of the racetrack. So as much as I said about Formula One ahead of time, about nobody was going to watch anything for free, I was wrong. They had quite a few sneak peeks that you could see the race for free. I just don't see them doing that next year. I think maybe they'll learn something, because quite frankly it most likely is dangerous, because people were not moving off of these pedestrian walkways because they could see the race. So you know, it gets to the point where you can't move up there. Something happened, you know, someone got hurt or sick or something. You know, we've got to call that lawyer again, the guy with the valve cover. Get 2 lawsuits going.
Okay, this overpass was completely packed. No way to walk through. Incredible that they didn't enforce the loitering on this overpass. I said before the race that they definitely would, because that's just how paranoid they are about anyone getting a glimpse of a race car. So you can see through this film. I mean, it's not a great view, but people were going up and down those escalators back there, and actually they had a really good wreck, the only wreck of the race, and those people got to see it up close, so they got a really good thrill. But for you to go over this overpass into Treasure Island would have been almost impossible, because people were not being forced to keep walking.
Okay, it's now a little after 7. No, more like 7:30. Sunday night. The same day the race ended. I think the race technically ended Saturday night at just before midnight. The ceremony for awards and stuff like that lasted into Sunday after midnight. So we can call it the same day. Where are the people? I'm coming through Wynn because I've already been through Resorts World and Caesars. Bellagio, saw nothing tonight. And normally the big shots stay at the Wynn. This is the most expensive hotel on the Strip. Possibly Waldorf Astoria is more expensive on some nights. They go back and forth, but mostly, since this has a casino and the Waldorf Astoria does not, people from international visitors are known to stay at the Wynn, or Caesars really, but they weren't in Caesars. They're not in here, it looks like. So the race ended after midnight, like I said, Sunday. Today is still Sunday, and the people have already gone home. This same thing happens when NASCAR comes to race. They race on Sunday in NASCAR in the noon to maybe 1 o'clock, noon or 1 o'clock local time. And as soon as the race is over, the drivers are gone. They're back home Sunday night in North Carolina, which is crazy. You would think they would stay one more night without knowing they have to race the next day, when they can get tore up drunk and have fun in this city. Same with these Formula One drivers. Why didn't they stay an extra night? So they had to get on those private planes and leave in the middle of the night, which, you know, did the pilot not get to watch the race? Seems like you're depriving him of a good time. But the point is, how much revenue is really going to the casinos and the hotels and the restaurants from this Formula One experiment? Okay, I've been bad-mouthing the Formula One since they started tearing up the roads and started inconveniencing locals. That's for sure. Now, when I watched it on television, yes, I watched it on television. That guy's got $30,000 in his rack, at least. They've also got a security guard standing behind him, so yeah, I can't show you what I want to show you. But anyway, there was about $30,000 in his rack. So that's good. That's someone with Formula One for sure. That's not a driver, I don't think. But that's not a typical visitor here. So that's one that I've seen so far. Actually, I think I saw a couple more, but who knows? You never know which ones these are, but how much What I'd like to see is how much revenue each one of these casinos did Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and how much they did this time last year on those exact same days of the week, not the calendar day, not the number on the calendar, but the day of the week, because those are, Wednesday's not a good night, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday is very good nights. I'd like to know if there was even an increase. I'm thinking it might even have been a decrease, because what happened is all these rooms were taken up by this race, and the people went to the race. Practice started Thursday night at midnight, so people probably, took a nap, or they've just arrived in town and then went over to the race, and then they're done. They didn't go out to restaurants and stuff at 4 o'clock in the morning, because that's when the practice was over, because one was delayed. So that was Thursday. Then Friday there was practice again, qualifying, also at midnight. So that also messed up the day. I didn't see anyone in the casinos Friday night. There was also some high-priced people there. So they said this race was bringing $1.3 billion to the local economy. That statement seems pretty much like bullshit to me. What does it even mean? Formula One owns that property where the paddock is. That's where most of the parties went on. That's where most of the merchandise was sold. And even if this merchandise right here, I can't tell what the price is. But anyway, even this merchandise, they're getting a big cut off of this merchandise. And anything that's authentic Formula One, they're getting a huge part of it. So they're making money all over town. I just don't know, did anyone else besides Formula One make money? The guy driving the steamroller that helped pave the roads, yeah, he probably got some overtime. Probably some union work, got some overtime, got special pay, security for sure. These security teams around town, they hired more than one, plus they had all the Metro getting overtime. So, but what businesses made money? What bartenders made money? What nightclubs made money? Some of the shows, like the Cirque du Soleil, those were all rescheduled for matinees because they didn't want to interfere with the Formula One festivities. So there's no telling. I don't know that we'll ever know, because if they want to come back, they're going to make it sound like everybody made money and not just them. I think their contract is really only 3 years, but they've got a clause to extend it to 10. So it's not 10, the contract is only for 3. In fact, the contract says that if they don't like the money that was made or not made, they can cancel it. So it's really a crappy contract. It's one of those contracts that's an idiot negotiated. But in this shopping area right now, we should be seeing a lot of there was a couple that just walked by. I'm sure you saw that. Those were probably related to Formula One. But there should be 100 of them in here lugging shopping bags out of here after spending $100,000 in each one of these shops. I mean, there should be a whole bunch of Kim Kardashians in here. There was a Rihanna at the race. Gordon Ramsay was at the race. Justin Bieber was the checkered flag waver. If I had seen Justin Bieber face to face right here, standing in front of me, I wouldn't have recognized him. When I saw him on television, I said, "Who's that guy?" And then they said it was Justin Bieber. I said, wow. He has really been out of the public for a long time, seems like. Good for him. But yeah, this is not even a typical Sunday in my opinion. This is Encore now. And I think I did a video on Encore just last Sunday. It was pretty recent. I think it was on a Sunday night. And I remember it being very busy that night. Sunday nights are hit and miss. Sometimes they're pretty good, sometimes they're terrible. But yeah, it's pretty dead in here. You get your picture taken with this car. I don't know whether this car has got to do with anything. It's not a Formula One car. It's a nice car, but I don't know what its purpose is. But back to the race, I did watch it on television, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, it was a fantastic race. The lights, the light show, the strobes, the casinos in the background, the marquees were all lit up. Everything looked good. It was beautiful. It really was. I mean, it was as beautiful as those races in Monaco when you get to see the water and you get to see the homes, the buildings on the mountains and stuff, which is also very beautiful, but this was just a different kind of beautiful. It was really, really, really way better on television than I expected it to be. It's the only thing I'm going to still study about it is how long is it going to take to break it down. When they said 6 weeks, that was horrible because it took 6 weeks to prepare even more than that. But it was 25% of the year was going to be annoying construction and deconstruction. And now they say it's even going to be longer. So I am going to keep you posted on them, their progress, getting the barriers down, the fencing down, getting traffic back to normal. And it doesn't even matter if you're going through those roads. The traffic is horrible everywhere within 3 miles because people are avoiding those roads. It's pushing them over to Desert Inn and Sahara and Tropicana's being worked on anyway. Just a horrible time for construction in Las Vegas. Then when all this is finished, Tropicana will still be going on for a while, but when this is finished, who knows what they'll do next year. How much paving do they have to put a top coat on this road, or will they be able to use it the way it is for next year? They were complaining about it, said it was slick. That was a stack of 100s. That was about $10,000. And these two are definitely in on something. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, I got my rant about Formula One, but I did compliment them. Don't forget, they did put on a great show. There's no doubt about it. They know what they're doing. They got a whole lot more on NASCAR. NASCAR does not know how to put a show on. If you want to compare the two shows, NASCAR is, well, we know it's redneck. I prefer watching NASCAR, but they're not Formula One when it comes to the showmanship.